friends to a new session of Informatics and Introduction to Bioinformatics. Introduction to Biological Databases. One of the hallmarks of modern genomic research is the generation of enormous amounts of raw sequence data. So, biology is turning into a data-rich science. As the volume of genomic data grows, sophisticated computational methodologies are required to manage the data. The need for storing and communicating these large data sets is also growing tremendously. The data like nucleotide sequences, the protein sequences and the 3D structural data produced by X-ray crystallography and macromolecular NMR are some of the important examples for biological data. The libraries of life sciences information collected from scientific experiments, published literature, high throughput experiment technology and computational analysis called biological databases. These are nothing but the application of information technology to store, organize and analyze the vast amount of biological data which is available in the form of sequences and structures of proteins, that is the building blocks of organisms, and nucleic acids, the information carrier. The biological information of nucleic acids is available as sequences, while the data of proteins is available as sequences and structures. Sequences are represented in single dimension, whereas the structure contains the three-dimensional data of sequences. Sequences and structures are only among the several different types of data required in the practice of modern molecular biology. Other important data types includes metabolic pathways and molecular interactions, mutations and polymorphism in molecular sequences and structures, as well as organelle structures and tissue types, genetic maps, physiochemical data, gene expression profiles, two-dimensional DNA chip images of mRNA expression, two-dimensional gel electrophoresis images of protein expression data. A biological database is a collection of data that is organized so that its content can easily be accessed, managed and updated. The function of biological databases are divided as two, that are make biological data available to scientists. All possible data for a particular type of information should be available in a single place. Finding published data and accessing it is a very time consuming work without databases. 2. To make biological data available in computer readable form. Since analysis of biological data almost always involves computers, having the data in computer readable form rather than printed on paper is a necessary first step. Now, the data domains. The main types of data produced by molecular biology research are nucleotide sequences, that is DNA and mRNA, protein sequences, 3D protein structures and complete genomes and maps. These days, we also have gene expression and genetic variation, that is polymorphisms. 2. Biological databases. A database is a computerized archive used to store and organize data in such a way that information can be retrieved easily via a variety of search criteria. Databases are composed of computer hardware and software for data management. The chief objective of the development of a database is to organize data in a set of structured records to enable easy retrieval of information. Each record should contain a number of fields that hold the actual data items and are called an entry. To retrieve a particular record from the database, a user can specify a particular piece of information called value to be found in a particular field and expect the computer to retrieve the whole data record. This process is called making a query. A database holds not only the operational data but also a description of this data. Although data retrieval is the main purpose of all databases, biological databases often have a higher level of requirement known as knowledge discovery, which refers to the identification of connections between pieces of information that were not known when the information was first entered. For example, databases containing raw sequence information can perform extra computational tasks to identify sequence homology or conserved motifs. These features facilitate the discovery of new biological insights from raw data. One of the first biological sequence databases is the book Atlas of Protein Sequences and Structures by Margaret Day Hoff and colleagues, first published in 1965. It contained all the identified protein sequences by that time. After 1970, the computer became the storage medium for information. So, first of all, the databases were distributed in tapes and then it extended to different types of disk. After 1990s, when universities and academic institutes were connected to the internet, the World Wide Web became the standard method of communication and access for nearly all biological databases. Biological databases can be classified as sequence and structure database. Structure databases are only applicable to proteins, but sequence databases are applicable to nucleic acid and protein sequences. The first database was created after the sequencing of insulin protein and was made available in 1956. Insulin is the first protein to be sequenced and the sequence consisted of just 51 residues that characterize the sequence. Then, the first nucleic acid sequence of yeast tRNA was found out with 77 bases. At the same time, the 3D structure of the proteins are under study, and in 1971, the first protein structure database was developed at Brookhaven National Laboratory with only 7 structures and is called Protein Data Bank or PDB. Now, it has grown to a large database with over 1 lakh entries, but at this time, the initial databases of protein sequences are maintained at individual laboratories. In 1986, the consolidated formal database known as SwissProt Protein Sequence Database was initiated, and now it contains 120 reference maps for 18 species totalizing nearly 13,300 identified spots, making the biggest gel-based proteomics dataset accessible for a single interface. These databases are made available through Internet www.ncbi.nlm.nih.gov and CD-ROMs on request from www.rcsb.org. These databases are constantly updated with additional entries. Databases can be generally classified as primary, secondary and composite databases. A primary database contains information of the sequence and structure alone. SwissProt and PIR for protein sequences, GenBank and DDBJ for genome sequences and PDB for protein structures are the examples for primary databases. A secondary sequence database contains the information derived from primary database. The derived information can be conserved sequence, signature sequence and active set residues of the protein families. A secondary structure database contains the entries from PDB, but in an organized manner, and these structures are classified as all alpha proteins, all beta proteins, etc. It also contains information about the conserved secondary structure motif of a particular protein. Some examples for secondary databases are SCOP, SCOP, CATH, CATH, ProCite, PROSITE, eMotif, etc. A composite database contains a variety of primary database sources which can avoid the need of multiple resources. Each composite database has their own criteria in their search algorithm and use unique primary resources. National Center for Biotechnology Information, that is NCBI, hosts many nucleotide and protein databases and provide free access to the users. NCBI is also linked with OMIM, which is the database contains the proteins related with genetic disorders. Now, primary databases. Primary nucleotide sequence repository. The main databases that store and provide the raw nucleic acid sequences are GenBank, EMBL and DDBJ. GenBank is located at USA and is accessible through NCBI portal. EMBL, that is European Molecular Biology Laboratory, is located at UK, and DDBJ, that is DNA Data Bank of Japan, is located at Japan. All the three have uniform data formats, but not identical, and exchange information in a daily basis. All these databases are the part of International Nucleotide Sequence Database collaboration. As all the three have same data format, GenBank database can be taken as an example to explain the data entry. As an example, we can discuss GenBank flat file format of Saccharomyces cerevisiae, that is yeast TCP1 beta gene. Please see the file details on the screen. Now, if we look at the structure in detail, if we take the field names in order, we can see the first entry as locus. Locus is nothing but the GenBank title that names the sequence entry. The accession number is given after the locus, which are unique identification numbers and can be used to retrieve information from the database by simply searching for the given accession numbers. The number of bases in the entry and nucleic acid type are also given after the accession number. Then we can see a code called PRI code word used to classify the data. The last entry is the date on which the entry was made, and the next line is the definition that gives the definition of the entry with sequence name followed by the unique accession number. The version number shows that whether the entries have more than one version. Next item is the keyword that used to index the entries. Next is a set of source records that used to describe the organism from which sequence was it extracted. Complete scientific details are given followed by the publication details. Next is a citation section. Each entry is associated with a publication and is given in the section. The features section includes coding region, exons, introns, promoters, alternate splicing mutation if present, and the translation into protein sequences if it code for one. Finally, the entry shows the sequence itself. The sequence is typed in lower cases and each line is divided into two 6 columns of 10 bases each for simplicity. The number present before the sequence is the numbering of the bases. Primary protein sequence repositories. The two important protein sequence repositories are PIR-PSD, that is Protein Information Resource Protein Sequence Database, at the National Biomedical Research Foundation, USA, and SwissProt at the Swiss Biotechnology Institute, Switzerland. PIR-PSD. This is a collaborative endeavor between the PIR, the Munich Information Center for Protein Sequence, Germany, and the Japan International Protein Information Database, Japan. This is now improved as a comprehensive, non-redundant, expertly annotated, object relational DBMS. The superfamily based classification of protein sequence is one of the unique characteristics of this database. PIR-PSD is available online at pir.georgetown.edu. SwissProt. This protein sequence database provides a high level of annotation and is available online at www.uniprot.org. The data entry can be considered as core data and annotated data. Core data is a sequence entered in single letter amino acid code, related references and bibliography. The taxonomy of the organism from which the sequence was obtained is also the part of this core data. The annotated data section contains the functions of the protein, post-translation modifications like phosphorylation, acetylation, etc., functional and structural domains and sites like calcium binding regions, zinc fingers, etc., and secondary structure features like alpha helix, beta sheet, etc., and similarities to other proteins if any, and diseases related with that particular protein. The entry in SwissProt and the explanation is shown in the table as on the screen. Example, platelet derived growth factor receptor alpha. The explanation for the codes used in SwissProt entry is given in the table we can see on the screen. First one is code, its expansion, and then the explanation. Code is ID, expansion is identification, explanation it gives the unique name for the entry and also the information about the entry. Then AC, it means accession number. This is the stable way of identifying the entry. The AC number will not change for any entry. If any entry has more than one AC, shows that the entry is generated by merging multiple entries. DT, it means date. We can see 3 different dates for an entry. Those are the creation date, the modification date of the sequence, and the annotation date respectively. DE is a description, gives a general description about the sequence. GN, it is a gene name, gives the name of the gene that code for the protein. OS is the organism name, the name and taxonomy of the organism. OG is the organelle, information regarding the organelle that contains the gene. OC, organism classification, information about the classification of the organism. RN, RP, RA, RX, RT and RL. All these refers to reference number, position, cross reference, comments, authors, title and location. It explains bibliographic representation of the sequence, gives the information on the extent of work carried out by the authors. CC, it means comments, text document that contains extra information about the entry. DR, Database cross-reference. It gives the cross-reference with other database which contain information regarding the same entry. KW means keywords. Gives keywords that can be used as indices to find required information. FT means features table. Describes the regions or sites of interest in the sequence. Example, modifications, binding sites, etc. Last, SQ, the sequence header, indicates the beginning of the sequence data and gives a brief summary. Both PIR PSD and SwissProt use user-friendly software that helps a user to get only the required information. SwissProt also use a sequence retrieval system, that is SRS, that helps to search through other relevant databases like TREMBL for translated EMBL. TREMBL released as a supplement to SwissProt and is a computer annotated protein sequence database. It contains the translated sequence entry for all of the coding sequences present in EMBL nucleotide database, which was not fully annotated. Secondary databases. The first one, secondary nucleotide sequence repository. Most of the secondary databases are the sub-collection of sequences retrieved from primary databases like GenBank or EMBL. Some of the secondary databases are just like primary database, but with the addition of annotation, software presentation of the information and cross-references. Some other secondary databases do not contain any sequences, but the information gathered from different databases. Some examples for the secondary nucleotide sequence databases are given on the screen. The Berkeley Drosophila Genome Project BTGP or Flybase www.fruitfly.org is a consortium that sequenced the entire genome of the fruit fly D. melanogaster to a high degree of completeness and quality. ACEDB is another database which has originally developed for the C. elegans, it is a nematode worm genome project. This repository contains the sequence, genetic map and also the phenotypic information about C. elegans www.acdb.org. The Institute for Genomic Research, that is TIGR, at www.tigr.org contains all the focus on one organism. It contains the sequence and annotation of the completed genomes, associated information about the organism such as taxon and Gram-Stein pattern, the structure and the composition of the DNA molecules and the information about the protein sequence derived from that DNA molecule. Genomes of mitochondria and other such organelles are available at the Organelle Genome Database developed by University of Montreal, Canada and is known as GoBase. gobase.bcm.umontreal.ca. Next, Secondary Amino Acid Sequence Repository GPCRGB www.gpcr.org/7tm/ is a database focused on transmembrane protein which is used by the cells to communicate with the outside world. This database contains multiple sequence alignment, ligand and ligand binding data, 3D models, mutation data, literature reference, disease patterns, cell lines, protocols, vectors, etc. The cluster is a database offers an automatic classification of the entries in SwissProt and TREMBL database into groups of related proteins. The protein families are clustered on the basis of all pairwise comparisons between protein sequences. COGs, cluster of orthologous groups of database, is another database similar to cluster available online at www.ncbi.nlm.nih.gov/cog/. This is a database generated by comparing the predicted and non-proteins in all completely sequenced microbial genomes to infer sets of orthologs. ProCite is a pattern database available online at procite.expasy.org/. Contains protein motifs and patterns which are encoded as regular expressions. The entry in ProCite is divided as two parts, that is pattern and related text. The regular expression is placed in the same format as SwissProt with two-letter identifier at the beginning of each line to show the corresponding type of information. Each entry contains the reference and the link to all the protein that have the same pattern. The related text is given as a documentation file with the accession number which makes the connection to the expression data. Prints. www.bioinf.manchester.ac.uk/dbbrowser/prints is another database for protein sequence patterns and are stored as fingerprints. Each fingerprint is a set of patterns or motifs. The entry in this database can be divided as 3 sections. First section contains the entry name, accession number, number of motifs and cross-links to other databases. Second section is a table that contains the set of motifs that make up each fingerprint. The last section contains the actual fingerprints and is stored as multiply aligned sequences. Protein Domain Database or PRODOM, prodom.pradom/prodom/current/html/home.php is another database that contains homologous domains automatically generated by comparing all available protein sequences. The comparison and the clustering is performed using the program PSI BLAST. PFAM, pfam.sanger.ac.uk/ is another database that contains all the important collection of information available in the world for classifying proteins. The database is developed at the Wellcome Trust Sanger Institute. The aim of the database is to develop a comprehensive classification of all non-protein sequences. Next, structure databases. First one, Primary Structure Database or PDB and CSD. Protein Data Bank or PDB. www.pdb.org is the archive for the 3D structures of all biologically relevant molecules such as proteins, nucleic acid fragments, RNA molecules, peptides, etc. The database received data derived mainly from X-ray crystallography, NMR experiments and molecular modeling. The data in PDB is organized as flat files, which is a column oriented like that of the punched cards used by early Fortran programmers. Cambridge Structural Database or CSD is a collection of all published three-dimensional structures of small organic molecules such as neuropeptides, monomer and dimers of nucleic acid, etc. CSD holds more than 5 lakhs of crystal structures and is updating with more than 40,000 structures each year. Each entry contains detailed bibliographic information, chemical connectivity information and 3D coordinates. The CSD is compiled and maintained by the Cambridge Crystallographic Data Center and is available online in www.ccdc.cam.ac.uk. Next, Secondary Structure Database or SCOPE and CATH. The Structural Classification of Protein SCOP contains the classification of proteins to family, superfamily and the fold. Each entry has functionally annotated information as well as links to other databases. This is a user-friendly database providing graphical images of the structures. CATH is nothing but class, architecture, topology and homologous superfamily. The name itself shows the classification hierarchy of the database. The structures are the subset of PDB which has high degree accuracy. Now, let us summarize the session. The need of data storage in the field of biology is increasing day by day. The only solution for this issue is the use of databases. Interestingly, the number of databases is also increasing these days. Every organization is trying to develop and maintain their own databases, but the fact is that these small databases collect information from the main original databases. The biological analysis is getting easy with the help of these databases and the related tools. Bioinformatics databases play an unavoidable role in the field of research and it will be the only solution to handle and manage the increasing biological data. Now, here are some assignments for you to work out. First one, find the main difference between primary and secondary databases. Second one, find the GenBank entry details for the growth factor related with Parkinson disease. Third one, what are the GenBank division keywords used to classify the entry? Fourth one, find the database that provides the information about all the available databases. Fifth one, find details about the structural database NDB. Now, I can suggest a few books for your further studies. Bioinformatics, a practical guide to the analysis of genes and proteins, written by Andreas D. Baxvanis, B.F. Francis, Owlet. Year 2001, Volume 43, it's a second edition, published by John Wiley and Sons, Inc. Bioinformatics Tools and Applications, written by Edwards D. J. Stajic and D. Hansen, year 2009, published by Springer. Third one, Bioinformatics An Introduction, written by Ramsden J. 2004, published by Springer. Fourth one, Bioinformatics and Functional Genomics, written by Pessner J. 2013, published by Wiley. Fifth one, Bioinformatics A Practical Approach, written by Shui King Yi, 2007, published by Taylor and Francis. These are the few websites you can go through. First one, www.biodbs.info. Second one, www.ncbi.nlm.nih.gov. Thank you for watching this session. See you next time. Until then, bye.